are we learning in lesson 6?
Subtracting mixed numbers.
Brody? Subtracting mixed numbers. Okay? You've done subtracting with regular old fractions. So let's review that real quick. If I give you 7/8 minus 3/8, what's my numerator?
4/8.
My denominator stays the same. It stays 8. I simplify. They can both be divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2?
4.
8 divided by 2? This can still be simplified.
1.
Okay, if you wanted to do it from the start, just divide them both by what number?
1/3. 4.
By 4. Thank you. I'm going to get tissue. Okay, let's take a look at this with unlike denominators. We know how to subtract 5/7 minus 1/8. Brody, tell me how you would do this. Thank you. You'd find the least common multiple of what two numbers? 8 and 7. What's another way you can do this? Instead of finding the least common multiple. You could multiply your denominators, right? Or we can go through and find the least. Least would mean that we wouldn't have to do what as much? Thank you. Simplify. We wouldn't have to simplify as much. But if we worked out our multiples, we would eventually get to 56. So 56 and 56 becomes our denominator. Okay? Now what do we do? Madison? Why 1 times 7? Okay, so first I have to figure out how many times does 8 go into 56, and like Madison said, 7. Then I multiply my numerator by 7, and it's just regular old 7. 7 goes into 56 how many times?
8.
8. So now what do I do?
5 times 8.
I have to multiply the numerator by 8 and get 40. Now what do I do?
Minus 7 from 40.
I subtract 7 from 40. So 40 minus 7 equals?
33.
What was it?
33.
Okay, 33 over what?
56.
Over 56. Can I simplify this at all?
Yes. Yes.
You tell me.
Yes.
Can a 3 go into 56?
Yes.
What's the rule for 3? For digits of 3?
Divider by 9. 6. Divide by 3.
Let's divide by 3. What can we do? If it's divisible by 2, we know that this is going to be even, right?
Yeah.
If it's divisible by 3,
Oh.
what happens?
I don't know.
You add. 5 plus 6 equals 11. Is 11 divisible by 3?
Yeah. No. 33 is.
No. So it's not divisible by 3, even though 33 is divisible by 3. So we're all done.
I know what.
All right. Oh, you added instead of subtracted. You gotta watch out for that. Okay, now we're getting into using mixed numbers. Let's use a mixed number, but keep the denominator the same. So we'll have 4 and 7, 9. ninths minus 2 and 3 ninths. What do I do, Court? What do I get? Keep my denominator the same. 4 minus 2 is?
2.
Is that pretty simple?
Yeah.
Alright. Now we're going to do unlikes.
Man, I thought you said this was easy. I mean hard. Yeah, it's easy. What? No, it's not. No, I got you. Here, take it to work. Stop saying that. You think are you kidding me?
Alright, I have 5 and 6/11.
Oh,
Minus 3 and 1/4.
Can we do this one by
What do I do first?
Find the least common
Luke, what do I do first?
Find the least common
Between what two numbers?
Or you can multiply them.
4 and 11. Or
Multiply.
I can multiply. 4 times 11 equals?
44.
So now what do I do?
See what goes into the 11. So you take
So 4 goes into 44.
11
Times 11. 11 goes into 44.
4 times.
So times 4. 6 times 4 is?
24.
24 minus 11 equals?
13.
Now what do I do?
You minus your 4 numbers.
I have to bring down my denominator, right? Now I subtract 5 minus 3 equals 2. Alright.
Why did it say this is hard? This is easy. This is the second day.
Alright, let's do another one. Alright, do this one on your own. Stop whining. And let's do this. What's the least common multiple of 3 and 6? 6. So that becomes our denominators. If anyone does not understand, please let me know. 6 goes into 6 how many times? So I just multiply my numerator by 1. 5 times 1 equals? Stays the same. 3 goes into 6. What? 2 times 2 equals 4.
4, 6. And then you gotta take 4 minus 5.
Can I subtract?
No.
4 minus 5.
No. Switch them around.
I can't. So what do I have to do?
Switch them around.
So now I'm going to have wait a second.
It's 1, 6. 4 and 1, 4 is 1, 6.
So we already decided we can't reverse the order because then we were going to mess up with our whole numbers. So what we have to do, we have to borrow from our whole numbers. So instead of 7, we're going to take 1 whole away, make it 6.
10. Oh, then you add.
Then we're going to add
6.
our 6 over 6. And how do you add that?
10, 6. It would be an improper fraction.
Then you have 10, 6. Do we have to change 3 and 5, 6? No. So, 6 minus 3 is? 10 minus minus 5 is?
5. 6.
What's my denominator?
6.
So, what do we have to keep in mind here? We have to regroup.
I thought our answer was 416.
No, you guys were doing it wrong.
We're doing great. Then why did you say that we did it right?
Okay, let's do this one.
Hey, I did it right. That's exactly what I did. I marked off the 7.
Oh,
You did?
Yeah, that's what I did. And you
Okay.
and you didn't even look at mine.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Derek. Alright, we have
On your own.
Go ahead, do it on your own. Keep going. Look, keep going.
Yep, I have no clue.
Okay, stop.
No!
Stop your whining. Stop.
Okay.
You're whining. We are going to go through it.
We got it.
What do I have to do if they're unlike? Unlike denominators. What do I do first? Okay, least common multiple of 4 and 6 is what?
12.
I now have my denominator is 12. 6 goes into 12 how many times?
2.
So 5 times 2 is? 4 goes into 12 how many times? So 1 times 3 is? Now I stop. Now I have 8 and 3, 12 minus 3 and 10 over 12.
Correct.
What do I do with my 8 and 3, 12?
You got it.
I gotta regroup. I'm taking 1 away. And I'm making this 7.
Is that right?
What am I adding to 3 12s?
7.
Put your boards down and listen. Everyone eyes up here. Everyone eyes up here. When I'm taking 1 away from 8 and making it 7, this 1 becomes what fraction? No, this 1 becomes what fraction? What's my denominator here? So, my 1 becomes the fraction 12 over 12. Because my denominator is 12.
Yeah, no, it's 15 over 12.
So listen, I'm taking 1 away from 8, making it 7. And I'm adding my whole number, 12 over 12. Because 12 over 12 equals what? 1. 1 whole. 12 over 12 is 1 whole. This is the 1 whole that I took away from 8. Add my 3 plus my 12, I get 15 over 12 minus 3 and 10 over 12. 7 minus 3 equals? 15 minus 10 equals?
5.
My denominator remains?
5 over 12.
So, 4 and 5 12.
This is not funny.
It is simplified.
Yeah.
You got it wrong. Listen.
I didn't even get
Listen. If I have any numerator that is the same as my denominator, what does that equal? 1 whole number, because 6 divided by 6 equals 1. So when you're regrouping and you have the 7 and 3 over 12, or I'm sorry, 8